Okay, hello and good day. So basically, I would like just to do live trading, live analysis, as I mentioned in the description. We will go over some of the analysis that I was doing on some of the future instruments, what worked, what didn't work. Okay, and then we also will have some live tradings on ES. Okay, which those trades mainly I will be looking at my mentor as to when he does the trade, and I will take it. Okay, so first thing first, we just will have to log in, and then I will share my screen with you, of course. So my login, I will log in on this screen here. Give me just a moment. Have to verify with second verification, which is highly recommended to make sure that you have a second verification for worst case scenario. In the event something happens, you have that. Okay, so we have that. Okay, and we can start our analysis. So this is MES. Okay, MNS, MNQ. Okay, so I have coffee I would like to drink, but I didn't drink anything as of yet. Let me share my screen. So on screen number one, okay, let me show you this screen number one. I will be basically doing my ES and Q, mainly ES. So what I can do, I can make it larger here, and I can make it 5 minutes too. So I will be looking for my entries and take profits. Okay, yesterday low was right here. Nice rally overnight. Okay, then I will be looking to basically trade on that one. So on this one, I have my interactive brokers account set up already, and on screen number one, we're basically looking. I have here 8 screens because I analyzed a few of them, I can say, and basically a lot of time worked out phenomenal, especially this platinum. Okay, so I will watch that with you. I had also my crude oil trade worked out phenomenally as well. It just wasn't supposed to be with BADJ, but worked out very well. This one also, no need to BADJ, also worked out very well. Okay, so let's start to do the analysis. I will also dive in as to what worked out in there and what we will be looking on the next trades or on the next analysis. Okay, so first thing first, basically, if I go here, okay, and how can I make this larger? Okay, right there. So what we can see here, okay, we had a high type of technical analysis, which was our supply and demand here, multiple of areas in that zone. Okay, we had here those green multiple, and it was weekly. So when it's on a weekly basis, it's much stronger to work. Okay, and has more abilities to actually turn around, turn for the better. Number two, we had this trend line, channel line. Okay, what it is basically, if we go back, okay, and we take this channel line, so we can see it touches here and here. Okay, but then if we go on, let's say, weekly or daily, okay, we will be able to see that it's touching sometimes on here, you see, so it touches sometimes with wicks like that in there. Okay, touches with wicks like that in there, so we just make it to include all of that as well. Okay, so then the first time it came to this zone, it touched here, and basically rejected. Okay, and came right to 50% Fibonacci. The 50% Fibonacci was from the bottom to the top of that trend line. Okay, and basically we can see it came right to 50% Fibonacci. All of that analysis was done way in advance. I actually have a video in the channel about that, so you can see. Now I'm just walking you through as to it already all happened, so you can see how those analyses would work out phenomenally. And we will talk about where we could have entered, and where we could have a stop loss, because what happened at the beginning, as you can see, when it came the first time, and that's when I was watching, it touched and rejected, went higher. Okay, second time it came, very hard, heavy sell-off, right to the trend line, and rejected again to the 50% Fibonacci. Third time, pretty much made as a fake out. So everybody that had their stop loss right under the supply and demand area, or this zone, will get stepped out and it will go higher. That's where most likely I would put my stop loss. If I entered here and took profit here, like it's very hard to say, because I think I would want to put my stop loss somewhere here, right? So I have more correction, which 2 to 1 will not even work. Okay, 1 to 1 will not even work. But if I manage it and I'm watching, it's basically one day touch, second day consolidate, third day, fourth day, fifth day that it took profit, right? So it's a bit challenging to know exactly where and what we will be watching. Okay, so with that being said, okay, we have that we basically could have used. It basically was 1, 2, 3, 4, not really, but 5, 6, 7, 8. I would say every time that it touches and walked out of the zone, more or less, 8 times, even 9 times, that came to that zone and worked phenomenally. Like, actually, maybe not phenomenal, but here, one phenomenal, two, three. I can even count that 4, because did a very nice move higher by 30 points. Wow, in one day. 4, and I would say 5. Actually 6 with this one. So 6, including this one, that worked out very great. So we want to find those type of zones, and you know have the multiple of confirmations. So what are the confirmations? We have basically all those zones within the zone of the 1 week. Then, so 9:30 just hit. We basically will be looking for potential trades as well. So we have one, this zone. Second, we have this channel line. Third, we have this key level. How we got this key level? We can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 7, 8, 9. All the time that we come to this price action, we will have bounce the same with this one, and on real time too, right? 1, 2, 3 almost, but we can see here bounces also all the time at that price level. So we have minimum 3 confirmations at this level. Okay, and we can feel comfortable to take such a trade with manage risk management criterias in there as well. Okay, so basically, if all of a sudden I take a trade, I will flip my camera and let you know. Um, as well, you can see here, it's worked 1 time, 2 times, came to the 50% Fibonacci, then broke. Okay, came to the zone here, went right under. So what you need to know, in the lower part of the 50% Fibonacci, which actually that's also a confirmation to add, we can look for a long. Anywhere here, we can look for a long. Anywhere here, we can look for a short on the higher part of the 50% Fibonacci. Okay, so what happens here? We had all those. Now, what worked for us also with the higher channel, very well worked as well. So it's something that we can look at and consider. And now it's again at this 50% higher 50% Fibonacci at the channel with that other like so trend line that we have. So that's an interesting one. Not that I will take a trade, but what I will definitely do, uh, either I will delete everything and just start everything fresh again, or I will uh, you know or I will try to analyze based on that and see what else is new here. Let's start with that. Yes, so let's see. Okay, so let's see, we have this trend line. We On the monthly, we actually had, so oh yeah, actually what happened, because we turned off the BADJ. Okay, it's important to know that a lot of stuff would move in certain cases. Okay, like this one, we had it moved. Okay, but we will fix it right now. So here it's too much balagan, how we say it in Hebrew. So it's messy. We will need to either fix it or delete it. Why it's so wide? I need to see that. Okay. So what we are doing, we are just fixing. What the fuck, man? Maybe I need to take the lower part. Yeah, that's it. So from the lower part, okay, so you see this. I'm thinking maybe to go long on the ES, but at the same time, I want to focus here. So right now we can basically mark those 5 minutes low and 5 minutes high on my zone here, meaning not on the zone, on the 5 minutes. We want break retest. Just a moment. Nice. Finally. Fucking AMD is going higher a bit, motherfucker. Wow, Microsoft dropped like crazy. But I'm sure because they had earnings. Let's just watch them 1 second. Wow, look how it's back down again, motherfucker. And it will go down. Yeah, this one especially. AMD going higher, which it's need to break this 9 days. Let's see Microsoft. What happened with Microsoft here? Wow. Wow, we had positive earnings by so much, yet it dropped like this? Wow. It will go higher, I'm sure. Earnings. Wow, it's reported negative earnings. a lot of earnings. Anyhow, so we have that, right? We have that, but we also will need to have, 1 second, please, an event. Okay, yes, no problem. Okay, so let's continue here. You know what I will do? I will delete everything because we're live. I will delete everything and I will do everything from scratch. So there is not going to be any edits and whatnot. So let's do that. Okay. So what we start with, we basically start with, wow, which honestly, seeing that on a monthly basis we are so consolidative, not good. In what sense? It's not something that is ideal for what you want to be looking at. Okay, and I will show you what I mean. Canva is, sorry, not Canva. Uh, Here, okay, this is a zone of very, very, very heavy consolidation area. Okay, and if we trade in that, like we saw that there is a lot of opportunity, no question, we want to be very cautious. And here is a fucking nice rally of 9, 10 points on ES, but it's okay. Okay, so this zone we will mark grayish. Okay. Oh, what is that? No, that's the border. Hold on. So we will mark this grayish. Okay, and I just want to make sure that I actually highlight that like this. Reason for that is because what we ideally will want, which you see here, will be a trap, but we will want a break, test from outside and rally, or shorts. But let's continue here. So that's on that. Now what we will need to look for is basically this supply and demand area. If right now we will have a 5 minutes retest, let me just share with you quickly. I just want to show you on the ES what I'm looking at. So you see, this is the 5 minutes. We have pre-market high, pre-market low. Here, as it was testing this, I was thinking about entering, but I didn't, because what I prefer is right now a retest of this 5 minutes. I will enter. Okay, retest of this 5 minutes, which will allow me to enter. Okay, and then I can have a stop loss, let's say here, take profit here, 1 to 3.7 risk to reward, which I can have another entry here, buy limit. In the event it goes a bit lower, actually this one I will want higher. And why, we just will see. We have, oh, actually no, we have the so the VWAP is under, it's a bit more dangerous, but no big deal. Um, when the VWAP is under the 9 days, it usually will go under a bit, no problem. But you see heavier sell-off all of a sudden. But it's meet both of my zones right away, both of my entries, I should say. Okay, and on the RSI only, that's it. You see, it closed my position right away. Let me just see here. You see, it's closed my position, but it's still trading within that zone. So hold on 1 second. In theory, we don't want to close just as of yet, but again, let's see. Give us 1 minute. We entered. We did good that we had our entries on something like this. Right, so we will want to look for a long somewhere in this area, maybe even from here, but we are looking for a long. Somewhere here we will look to enter now. Either from here or this zone here, meaning this VWAP here, and we will go to minimum target here and go higher. So let's watch. See, it's going higher. It will go higher. We just need to know where is our stop loss. Right here, see, it's also made a new on higher time frames. Obviously, with this not yet, but with this, it's made a higher, right, and the lower high as well. So that's good. Let's see if we put here a trend line. By the way, also, if you are watching, I would love to hear what you are thinking. If you like me doing stuff like that and the analysis from some of the videos you are watching, obviously, I'm doing a lot of it for myself, my own analysis and my own tracking. That's why I don't do so much. I don't do so much editing, but yeah, your opinion still will be appreciated. So before I used to trade, going to the dome or whatever, putting my entry or even from the phone in some videos you will see. But now I learned basically to do it from my keyboard. I shift B and it's buy. Shift S is to sell. Shift D is to open the dome. So that's very cool. So it's going higher pitch. Uh, and there is a few more. So that's why I took out my what you call this buy and sell buttons on the screen. Something you can definitely look at. It's going higher and fuck, it's my stop loss was very tight, which is true. Which was what was my stop loss here, right? Yes, this one. But you can see it's bouncing and it will go to minimum here. So let's see. I want to show you the live trades as well, but at the same time, I also want to make sure that I do with you the analysis as we mentioned. So you can see it's going higher and higher and higher and higher. Ah, fuck. Nice. That was my take profit too. But my stop loss was, I guess, too tight. And you can see here also the 5 minutes touch exactly. But it's okay. No big deal. So let's move from this screen to my other screen because it will be very important to go over those analysis. Because in theory, what you can understand, this is more for swing trading analysis in a way, and then we have the other type of analysis which is for day trading, like you enter and exit much faster. Let me see if I can maybe move the camera or make it a bit smaller. Don't know even how to do that. Comment on top. Sorry, give me a moment here. Wow, it's actually going nicely higher. Uh, wow, it's over 104. $10, $11 already, $12 even higher. Nice, huh? I don't know how to move this camera to the other side. If anyone knows, please, anytime, let me know. Motherfucker, how it went higher like that. By a lot. And volume got increased more than the first 5 minutes. We have right now already 19,000 shares in those 5 minutes. Wow. In the last second, 19,000.7. Fuck. Was supposed to enter and had a tight stop loss in 5 minutes, 13 points minimum. Why is a minimum? Not including the wicks, but it's okay. On a touch here to got it. Create on a touch to the what you call this pre-market high. I might enter. Okay, so let's continue with the analysis. Um, I prefer if my camera was here so you can see a lot because a lot is going on here, right? So I will need to learn how to change this camera. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, it just will fucking continue going higher while. Okay. Oh, pop out dashboard. What is this dashboard? Let's see. Excellent. Comment viewers. Okay. Don't see how what that gives me, but okay. Okay. I will figure it out after with ChatGPT. Okay, so this is a block of area that is high consolidation. So what we can do, we can put a comment to make sure consolidation. Okay, consolidation. That way, okay, if all of a sudden I open, wait, what is that? And what not, I know what is this for. Okay, and we have the 50% of that mark, which is great. Okay, second, what we want to look for now that we see that, okay, we want to look for zones. Okay, so right now we have another day actually in this that we are forming here a zone, which is fairly good zone. If we look at that, that's 4.57 and this 10.9. It's about half, so not the best, but still there is a zone. This 6 point, no, it's so if we have this type of formation, this is a good zone for us to look for. Okay, and what you can see, it's in a way worked, faked out and whatnot, but still worked. Every time came to that, but very risky. That's why we will want to look for second type. Okay, we will want to look for second type, and you can see my attention span is short. I'm always looking at this. There is potential trade that I might look for right now when it's touching the pre-market high. Okay, I just enter for a small risk to reward. Let me see here. Sell stop. Just risking like a couple of points to see potentially that it goes higher, which it is. I can move now my stop loss not to be in the red whatsoever with this trade. You see, that's why my attention always going back and forth, but I would love to share that with you. Let me just show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so basically what I did, the moment it touched right here, okay, I entered because it touches my pre-market low, right? Uh, and then I put right away the stop loss here, and I said, you know what, let me move my stop loss a bit higher to make sure I don't all of a sudden go to the red. I want to make sure my trade will be in the green, okay? So now that it's here, I can let it run a lot more. Yes, I can move it more and more and more, but I will not let the trade develop. And it's unfortunate. Okay. Of course, I wish I entered with 2, which is ideal in this case. Why? Because then I will be able to, let's an example, move here, take one stop loss, if anything, and have my original stop loss here. So no way that I will all of a sudden have one lot that I took profit. So I'm happy with this. I just enter and let the trade develop. Of course, I'm not happy I didn't enter here. I'm happy I entered here and I unfortunately got the stop loss, but it's all good. I put I put my stop loss literally one tick under this wick because we already visited there. And once we break this structure, I will move my stop loss a bit higher. And this also just for the record, because some people say real money, not real money. This for me, it's my real money that I'm using, and currently what I can see here that on ES, I have those positions open as well. Okay, wow, there was a freaking heavy sell-off just in a second. And you know what? Because of this heavy sell-off, he didn't even care that I had my stop loss here. There was somebody that was trying to sell. Wait. Okay. Honestly, it's going already higher, so at a minimum, hold on. I will need to give it a bit more room because it's not normal what I'm doing, giving it like fucking. Actually, it's more than normal if you think about it. Because let's say Carmine, he gives it fucking 50 cents sometimes to make it work. Yes, it might check me out, but and it did. You see? Okay, no big deal. We will wait. Was a good trade, but then I start to have a couple of forced trades, so that's not good, right? A lot now. Wow, this is actually interesting. Now company, I just saw that company yesterday. UPS, FedEx. Wow, everybody went lower on their income. UPS fucking 15% almost lower. Actually, 15%. Wow. Okay. So once it reaches here, that's a heavy sell-off. Let me just see. Look how it's got to 6,110 round number. Should have looked at that. Today, a lot of those companies are green. That's interesting. This piece of shit was green for me. Opposite, $260, and now it's $260 negative. Apple was 2 days ago fucking red like crazy, and today amazing. Okay, so we'll look for a retest here. Only thing is that you can see it's crossing the RSI. That's a bit of a concern. But the fact that it's touching the 9 days for us is good. When it touches that 9 days, we can enter, but we need to be cautious. So give it a minute. That's interesting. We need to do the analysis. Maybe during the evening times, I will do more of the analysis as well, and I will do lives with you guys. Let's see. Let's see how is also Nvidia just for a second. Nvidia consolidating. Wow, it went higher and now it's consolidating in this area. Nvidia fold hard by fucking $30. Meta, boom, you see it's coming here. I want to see that in this price range. Most important, okay, what I would say is that, especially at the beginning, no matter how much money you put on the market, you want to make sure that you try your tradings only with micros. So you get $5 if you are right per dollar per point, and $5 you lose if you are wrong per point. Okay, you can buy multiple of lots, no problem. But better to limit that between 1 to 3 at the beginning, and once you're right, increase until you go to very much heavier of size. I'm about to enter here because it's at the 50% Fibonacci, 50% of that, and at the VWAP. The only thing is, wow, 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 that's the low of day. I don't know. It looks like a fucking very heavy sell-off that it might even, and you see why it's so good to have, yeah, new low of day. Let me see, new low of day. Wow, in a fucking moment. Look, almost $20 drop from 10, actually $30 drop from 10 to 80. Oh my god, look how it's literally dropped to here, which is lined up with this one. Crazy. But that's like catching a falling knife. You know, catching a falling knife. Hold on. I want to also look at the book map, so I will look at the book map here because I do see. So yes, there is a lot of liquidity between 77 to 75. So there is here some liquidity in this area, which might disappear, but good liquidity. Wow, you can see how it's literally going higher. If for us to see a massive rebound, we will need to see crossing of 97, 98, or even 100. But it's too much will be at that point. So it's interesting. This interesting week. Let's see. This is what this is. Just to let you know, that's footprint. We can definitely look at footprints, right? And see delta right here. Delta right here, negative. A lot of blocks of selling here. So once it gets here, you see zero buying, it might sell off again. It's giving you certain more information that you can expect to see very much from that happening in real time. So also showing us that here at this level was a lot more buying versus selling. So let's see what happens once we get there. Uh, and most important really is as we're selling or trading on a day-to-day basis, is that we don't trade just to trade any price action. It is more important that we trade only where we have interest, right? Like right here, would love to enter, but right now it's not like I had a thought to enter there, so I don't want just to enter. Yes, it works because it's the VWAP. I can see here 900 to 255, but I'm a bit more cautious right now. As long as it's your plan, you don't need to be cautious though. I'm telling myself what I need to watch for. I would love if we can, let's an example, come to this area, touch this. I would love to enter somewhere, maybe even here, put my stop loss above this one. Honestly, if I had that open before, it would be so much more context to understand. Yes, we had this rally, right? But most volume was here, and now volume is here. So once we know that it's here, easier to know where to enter, more or less. Here we see more volume and it's more buying, so you can see it has a harder time to go lower. Right here we had this week, more delta of buying, more delta of selling. See, like if you enter anywhere here, stop loss can be here. Why? Because uh, even on bookmap, it's showing us that under 80, we basically have a lot of buying pressure. But where potential will go, minimum 92, which is right here. That's our 5 minutes. Okay, closed under the 5 minutes. So you see it took one block order. It took one block. Let's see its most volume traded here so far. Patience. It's a patience game. We have to know patience. Right there, it's coming to our VWAP. More selling, more. But you see, it's becoming lower, right? That it was 3,000, 3,007.7, then 880, now 99. So we have a higher chance that it will flip around and go higher, to be honest. A lot more buying than selling, right? Buying than selling at this area, which was a lot of sales. and no buying. Interesting. Delta flipping right away, and we can see here, look at the amount of volume, the highest candle for the day with volume. A lot of buying, you see, more buying than selling was here, so it's literally took the volume out. But selling also have a lot of pressure here, but still delta open. Wow, big sell order that came in, and look at the delta how it's increased right away. Wow, that was a big order that came in that took all the buyers out. Yeah, we'll make a new low of day now. Can see increasing delta again. Look how it's increasing in delta. Unless somebody trying to observe a lot of buys. Yeah, so basically what we are seeing, there is almost like a trend line on the book map with the orders that are coming here, right? So it will need to break and retest in order of us to actually be able to enter comfortably. Let me see here if I can see. See, there is this trend line. If we break that trend line, which we just did in a way, but we need to hold a bit under, we will have a short going, which actually interesting enough, it's almost making a trend line here too, but not because of this drop. A strong sell-off might come off now. A strong push down. Go for it. You might ask, why the hell you don't enter if you see it? I don't know where to put my stop loss. So you see it's broke that, and see a lot of pressure of buying, which can all of a sudden absorb all of the pressure of selling and flip to the upside. But we have two things that happen: the 5 minutes low and this trend line. See how it's all of a sudden going higher, as I was mentioning. Which honestly, if I would enter here long, I can put my stop loss here, but that's $6 of risk if I calculate that based on now. But we can look for a short now. It's under that, under the wave up, you know. With this big bubble, yeah, I think we will have that long going. We'll make two new highs. Best if we come to 74, which is pre-market low. I can enter here. I can enter here, targeting one and high of day. Enter two minimum. More sell, more buy. What is that here? More buy. So it will need to break that. See? Needs to break that. Boom. Broke it. Okay, perfect. Come here. Come to Papa here and then go higher. That's what I think. How much negative delta here? Yeah, I really think it will come here and then we'll go higher. What a patience game. You need to know when to enter, when to exit. You have to. What? So he did. Ah, you see? A lot of negative, but still doesn't move. But I think it will move a bit to the bottom before it rallies. Must. I think we'll move to here before it rallies. Anyhow, not to keep you watching me waiting for that little move, right? What we have to do, we have this one that is good. PHM, let's watch for PHM. It's consolidating for now. It's made already two moves. One, two. So now it will consolidate, I guess, for a bit before we can see that next move. PHM, PHM. Let's see. Okay, very nice. Oh, PHM had earnings, positive earnings. So we are moving higher. Okay, look here. Positive delta. See, like this type of thing, I don't really like to just enter trade and whatnot because see if I enter here, I can enter here, put my stop loss here. If I enter here, put my stop loss here. But ideally, that will be my area to take profit. I mean, stop loss. Where is it? Yeah. So you see, ah, let me just see here. Ay, ay, ay. אני אומר אפשר, אני כמה דקות בא. Look at this. $6. Okay. אני אומר אפשר, אני כמה דקות בא, גם שלחתי לתמי. Okay, very good. You see, it touched again this level with negative delta, but didn't go lower yet. Wow. Okay. It will break through. I can see it happening. I can see it happening. Here we go. Wow, wow. Right there, we might want to buy a bit, even though we are buying, as I was mentioning before, really, wow. It's fucking crazy. You know, no, it still will go down. What the fuck? To 67 potentially. What's this? 13. Yeah, potentially going to 67. 67. 66, 67. Okay, I will not trade that anymore today because I need a better read of that. In what sense? What do I mean by that better read? That I will need to have my setups because overall, I know I saw based on the daily that as I was mentioning, we do have this on the low, so it's better to look for shorts. But clearly, I look for longs, and I'm going against what usually I should look for, and as a result, see, I will remove this 5 minutes. I will remove this line. Yesterday high right? So I need to do a bit of more analysis here, and I will be able to enter again. So I will see you in another video. Um, I will be doing my analysis on the platinum to finish that, and we'll go from there. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in another time. And we can see it's rejecting here, but there is certain thing, like definitely the risk to reward here needs to be, and you can see 70, right? That's actually tells us a lot because it's a whole number. So if anything, we can put our stop loss under there, put limit orders, and basically look for it to come at least here. But because it's under the 9 days, it's better to look for shorts. Anywhere from here, look for shorts. Anywhere once it crosses and the RSI crosses, looks for long. See here, it's crossed a bit before while that happened, and it's held at 50%. So that's why I guess there was some hesitation. But thank you and see you in the next one. And now it might go higher.